The city was behind me. The lie was not. I came into the Pacific Northwest as Ellie Sloan, a graduate student. But under the fake name, I was still Eleanor Reed, hunting the truth about the Blackwood Pack.
What is this? Fear doesn't feel like this.
You're lost.
I'm a researcher from the university. I was following tracks. He should have felt like a threat. He did, but the closer he came, the more my body betrayed me.
These woods are dangerous after dark, researcher. You shouldn't be here alone.
I can take care of myself.
I doubt that. Kaelen Blackwood. I own the land to the north. Consider this a welcoming company.
Kaelen Blackwood, the name from the deeds. My target.
Come with me. It's not safe for you to find your way back in the dark. I'll get you to the edge of the park.
All right. Thank you. Kaelen didn't take me toward town. He took me along a hidden trail that skirted the darkest part of the forest. That should have reassured me. It didn't.
You'll stay here tonight. It's secure. More secure than trying to find your way back in the dark.
Secure. The word sounded less like shelter and more like containment. That's very kind, but my rental car is only a mile south. I really shouldn't impose.
The storm will wash away any trail. You'd be lost within minutes. It's not a request, Eleanor.
He knows. How much does he know?
I insist.
Why? Why go to all this trouble for a stray researcher?
Let's just say I have a protective streak, especially towards those who wander into places they don't understand.
Fine. If this is a game, I can play too.
I'll have someone bring you supplies in the morning. Don't wander far.
I didn't sleep. Every creak in the powage felt like a warning. Every shadow beyond the curtains felt like eyes. Fed, watched, tolerated, not trusted.
Kaelen requests your presence at the gathering tonight. It would be impolite to refuse.
I'll be ready. Gathering. My fear stepped back. My instincts surged forward. This was the opening I came for. The lodge smelled like wood smoke, meat, and too many eyes. The moment I stepped inside, every conversation died.
So, the human decides to join us. What brings one of your kind this deep into our lands? Looking for a story?
Marcus, Eleanor is my guest. She is under my protection. Her reasons for being here are her own. The hospitality of the Blackwood Pack is not conditional on interrogation. You handled that well.
I didn't handle anything. You did.
You didn't run. You didn't break. That takes strength. It was a rogue from the Silverhone Pack. He's been encroaching for weeks. We found him trying to sabotage the Miller family's equipment. The logger? Just shaken. The rogue turned on him when he tried to intervene. We drove it off, but it got away. He thinks it was a bear. Double the patrols on the southern border. I want that rogue found before he hurts someone we can't explain away. You're safe now. Your family is safe. We'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
If he's protecting humans too, then what exactly did I come here to expose?
I hope you're finding our woods informative.
More than I expected.
Your notes must be extensive by now, Eleanor.
There's always more to learn.
I've been learning about you, Eleanor Reed, Pulitzer Prize-nominated investigative journalist for the Seattle Chronic, known for tenacity and moral flexibility when exposing the truth.
How long?
From the moment you entered my territory.
So what now? You lock me in a dungeon? Silence me for good?
Nothing so dramatic. I'm offering you a deal, Miss Reed. I'm offering you, Miss Reed. You came here for a story. You think you know what we are, you're wrong.
What are you proposing?
1 week. You stay as my guest. You see us as we are. The real threats, the real cost. Then you choose.
My choice? And if I refuse?
Then you leave now. Escorted to the border. No story. No return. And the bond will ache. For both of us.
One week. I accept your terms.
Tea. You look like you need it.
What is that for?
Fever, burns, silver cuts if they're shallow. This land keeps us alive. We take care of it, and it takes care of us.
This isn't just attraction anymore. This feels like belonging. Their trust felt warm. The photos in my phone felt cold. I had spent my life believing truth mattered more than comfort. Now truth looked like a weapon aimed at people who had fed me, trusted me, made room for me. One press, and I choose them. One press, and I become someone else. I couldn't delete them, not because I wanted to use them, because erasing them wouldn't erase the truth. It would only prove I was too afraid to face it. The bond had started feeling less like comfort and more like a chain. I was running out of time, and every path forward looked like betrayal.
It's the rogue from the Silverhand pack. He's heading for the old ranger station on the ridge. There are hikers camped there. Let's move. You wanted the truth? Then see it. You're safe. A bear was driven off. Stay together. That is the truth. That is what we fight. Not humanity. The madness that can take any of us.
Kaelen didn't take me back to the cabin. He took me to his lodge. Maybe because he was hurt. Maybe because after that ridge, neither of us could pretend distance still existed. You're hurt.
It's nothing.
Let me. The reporter in me should have kept her distance. The woman in my was already gone.
Eleanor.
It wasn't gentle. It was everything we had been refusing since the clearing. Fire, hunger, fear, recognition all at once. Need, Free fall. For one impossible moment, I felt peace. Real peace. The kind I had never found in the city, in the newsroom, in any story I had ever chased.
Please don't make me choose.
My heart wanted his arms. My mind wanted the truth. I don't even know which truth is mine anymore. What am I supposed to tell her? That the monster is the hero? The week was up. Kaelen had shown me his truth. Now I had to decide what to do with mine. I was Eleanor Reed, journalist. And I had never been more lost. The cabin walls felt tighter with every minute. Sarah's message stayed on the table like a live grenade. Tomorrow. That was all the time I had left.
Get out here.
One look at the crowd told me this wasn't a question. It was a judgment. What's this about, Liam?
We found this. Care to explain, Ellie?
My first notes. Raw. Biased. Written before everything changed. And now they were a weapon in Liam's hand.
She's not a researcher. She's a spy, a journalist. She came here to expose us and bring hunters down on our heads.
I was going to protect them. I was too late.
Is this true? Take her to the isolation lodge. She is not to leave. She is not to have any visitors.
The isolation was colder than my cabin, and the message was clear. My welcome had not just ended, it had been revoked. Liam's fury, Maeve's betrayal, Kaelen's hurt. My own words had come the blade that cut everything apart. I chose too late. The bond didn't hum anymore. It throbbed like an open wound. Every heartbeat sounded like one word, liar.
Why?
It wasn't like that. Not after I knew you.
But before? Before you knew me, you were gathering evidence on the monsters?
I was wrong. Those notes were from the first days. Everything changed.
Did it? Or was last night just part of the story? The best way to get close to the Alpha?
How can you say that? You felt it. You know it was real.
I thought I did. I thought I could trust you. I gambled my pack's safety on the bond. On you.
I was going to protect you. I had decided I wasn't going to send the story.
Your editor called the landline in the main lodge. She's demanding her story. She said you've gone silent. It doesn't matter what you decided. The damage is done. The pack will never trust you. And I cannot afford to.
Gunfire, hunters, inside the territory. Sarah hadn't waited. She'd lit the fuse, and now the fire was here.
You! This is your doing! Your people are here!
Are you happy now? Is this the story you wanted?
No! I never wanted this! I'm trying to stop it!
Eleanor!
Kaelen!
There was no conflict left in me. No story. No self-preservation. Only him.
Eleanor! Why would you do that? Fall back! To the caves! Now! Not that!
The last thing I saw was Kaelen's face above me, wrecked by a pain deeper than any wound, and the fear that my sacrifice had come too late.
You're awake.
The pack, are they...
Safe. For now. We lost 2 good wolves. The hunters were driven back, but they'll return. They know we're here now. Because of the story.
I'm sorry, I deleted the photos. I wasn't gonna send anything.
And how did they know?
Sarah, my editor. She must have published the early reports I sent her before I knew you, before I knew the truth. I was going to stop it. Liam made sure I never got the chance.
When I saw you fall, I thought I lost you. And losing you was worse than any betrayal. I thought I was protecting my pack by pushing you away. I was wrong.
You had every reason not to trust me.
No. I had every reason to trust the bond. I was too proud to admit a human could be everything.
The world knows about you now. What do we do?
We survive. Together. The pack saw what you did. It changes things. It will take time, but it's a start.
The battle had cost us blood, trust, and lives. But in his arms, I knew one thing. The world might have our story, but our story wasn't over. We can't stay hidden forever. They'll search these woods with tech, money, and patience.
I know. Fight them head on, and we die. You know their world. What do they do next?
For the first time, my human world wasn't a liability. It was something he needed from me.
They'll call you dangerous anomalies, a public risk. Next time, it won't just be hunters. It'll be scientists, agencies, people who want to study you, control you.
We can't let them define you. We need to control the narrative. We tell the true story, the pack, your history, the rogue wolf, the land you protect.
You want us to step into the light.
I want them to see what I saw. Not monsters. People.
We do it. But we do it together. You are my mate, Eleanor. My equal. Your voice will be the voice of the pack.
We were done fighting each other. Now we had a world to face.
The old way is over. Humans know we exist. We can be hunted like animals, or we can stand together and demand to be seen for what we are. Eleanor has a plan. I trust her. I ask you to trust me.
She took a bullet. That doesn't erase what happened.
If we stay silent, they'll define you as monsters. If we speak first, we force them to see more than fear. Are you afraid?
Terrified. But for the first time, I'm not afraid of facing it alone.
Fire had burned everything down. Brentry Martin had Burter between us to steel. What remained between us was stronger than steel. It has to be live. No edits, no spin. We need someone with integrity. Michael Croft.
The pack is divided. Liam thinks this is madness, that trusting you will lead us to slaughter.
This isn't me leading you. This is us choosing the battlefield. You trust me, or this fails before it starts.
We do it. We stand together. If this is our reckoning, it happens on our terms.
Michael, it's Eleanor Reed. I know how this sounds, but I need you to listen before you hang up. Jan. That thing needs thermal help.
What you are about to see will challenge everything you think you know. My people have hidden for centuries because fear taught us to. We are not your enemy. We protect this land. We want peace.
We had laid our truth bare for the world to judge. Now all we could do was wait and see whether truth would save us or finish what fear started.
Michael?
Eleanor, it's working. The response is unlike anything I've ever seen. Yes, there's fear and outrage, but it's being drowned out by fascination, sympathy, and demands for understanding. Scientists are debating. Historians are revisiting folklore. People don't see a monster, Eleanor. They see a leader. You've started a conversation that can't be stopped. There are already talks about opening dialogue. Protected status. It's fragile, but you've been heard.
You did it. You saved us.
We did it. I had the tools. You gave me the truth. Weeks later, under the full moon, the Blackwood pack gathered in the same clearing where everything began. This time, no one was hiding.
This is Eleanor, my mate, my equal, our Luna.
Luna didn't feel like a burden. It felt like coming home.
Are you ready for this? It won't be easy.
I'm ready. As long as I'm with you.
We had walked through lies, blood, fear, and truth to get here. Under the moon and stars, we finally walked towards the future together.